We know there are a variety of spells that we'll be able to cast in Hogwarts Legacy, and lately we've been talking a lot about the unforgivable curses, but today we're gonna check out Incendio and what we can do with it. Welcome back to WizardPhD, it's Professor Lynette, and if you have seen me play Skyrim recently, you know that using fire to burn everything, enemies, environment, whatever I can, I'm gonna use it because fire is fun. And do y'all remember the imagery in the Haunted Hogsmeade where you have the flames and you're burning all the mannequins? Don't you want to do that? Anyway, Hogwarts Legacy has got me covered because today they tweeted, "Set things ablaze with Incendio," and there's lots going on in this clip. We're gonna zoom in and break it down. Incendio, how will you cast? I know I'm pausing in like the first few seconds, but I love the art design for the marketing promotion they've been doing. It definitely has its own aesthetic for Hogwarts Legacy. We see at the top of the screen, we have a flame icon. This appears to be the icon that indicates the Incendio spell for our spell slots. Incendio, how will you cast? And there are multiple ways. In this promo, there's a series of 3 different locations. We're going to take it one at a time. This first one, there is something that is lightable. You can see the white outline over this torch, which for me, I know that there are going to be specific things to interact with, but I'm kind of wanting or wishing that there are going to be things that are flammable that won't be outlined, or things that we can interact with due to the nature of our elemental spell with fire. I want to light things on fire, but I guess we'll see how that goes, because it would be very dangerous, I guess, if we're using Incendio, even though it's magic fire. Maybe magical fire operates differently, but I don't want to burn the Forbidden Forest down, you know what I mean? So I guess it's fine. We're going to see this lit on fire. Incendio! On this screen, I'm going to go from left to right. So on the left, we have our map. It's not clear where we are, but we do have the no mounting icon that's on the bottom left corner. It has that little flying icon. And in the second gameplay showcase, we saw this icon on the screen for a broom, the grab horn, a hippogriff. I am hoping that there is a 4th one or more, and it is a water mount or something that's not those 3, that we can traverse the world in different ways. But regardless, no mount in this area, which is interesting. And then we also have the mini map. It's just like a pathway of, we're going into this tunnel. You can see in the background, there are those guard statues. I wonder if this is one of those locations that we've seen already in the state of play, where we have the giant ancient magic flame and we're just traversing this and trying to find whatever secrets there are. We also have this potion icon. We have 10 of, this is a different potion. This is not one of the ones we've seen before. It's not the focus potion. It appears to be white in color, and I think this is invisibility. It looks like it's a cloak. If I zoom in, it looks like a cloak, and I imagine that we'll be using this to stealth around, or at least equipped in this area. We have it up there. And then above there is our quest line, which our mission, which is to obtain proof for Duncan, which I'm like, hey, Duncan, what you got going on there? I'm all for it though. Like this whole area looks very interesting. Like there are definitely secrets to be found here. On the right, we've seen these icons before. We have our spells slotted, the 4 that are in this page. We have the ancient magic bar, the health bar. On the left, the purple icon is our Accio. We've seen it in other scenes before for these promos. On the right, we have Wingardium Leviosa. Also have seen this icon before. Above appears to be Arresto Momentum. And the red icon at the bottom matches what we saw at the start of this, the Incendio icon. And that's what this character uses to cast and light the flame. And what caught my eye is that Incendio recharges really quickly after she casts it. So you see it's like a second. And this is because we're casting it on an object and not a person. So in the next clip, the next scene, we'll see Incendio. It's going to recharge longer. So this is us. We are with a poacher ranger. We are fighting. And look at this outfit. I'm loving all the variety of outfits. Like, this is the time. Just give us little flavors of everything. Looking at the minimap, there are so many enemies nearby. I am a little concerned that we don't have a companion, but this guy is like further away from the rest. Like, maybe we'll just chip away and use Incendio to take everyone down. But we have the Eterus potion right next to us that's equipped in the little diamond. You can also see in the minimap there are points of interest, a flue flame nearby. And then on the right-hand side, we have some dueling feats, which I haven't really talked about yet before, but I am liking this because I am very quest motivated or very check the list. I need to complete everything. Look at this. Slice a poacher duelist while they're casting Reducto. Slow a poacher executioner after they release their blast attack. Launch an enemy into a destructible object with Depulso. Like, these are just little mini challenges that I'm like, okay, I gotta do this and see what it feels like and be the most powerful one in all the land, The spells slotted on the right seem to be the same, and we're gonna see Incendio as soon as we cast it. It is much slower on the recharge. Besides the fact that there is this adorable little butterfly just trying to live its life in the midst of chaos, we can see as soon as we hit, the numbers are up. So we do 116 damage to this poacher ranger, and you can see that chunk is like, there is a lot of hit points for this person who is level 25. My rough estimation is that this poacher has over 1,000 hit points, but if we look more precisely, and I think my favorite part is that we have this circle coming out of us of this flame, and I'm like, oh my god, yes, please. And I think, actually, now that I'm looking at this closer, there is some environmental damage. It's not like completely lit on fire, but it looks to be charred on this wood right here. And speaking of environmental destruction, you got some cobwebs, you know what you have to do. You have to burn them. And this is one of my favorite things to do in games is burn spiderwebs. This is so silly, but in Skyrim, I love doing that. You have to actually do it to accomplish something as you're going through the main questline. But also in Deep Rock Galactic, there are spiderwebs that they don't slow you down, but they kind of obscure your screen if you run into them. And it doesn't last very long, but sometimes I'm just like, let's look for all the spider webs. Let's burn them all down just in case, because you want no obstructions. You want a clear pathway to accomplish your missions, This time we're going right to left. You'll notice again, because this is not a person we're casting it at, the recharge goes really quickly. Also, there's no circle that burst out of us. So I think that just happens when we're doing it onto an enemy. And moving to the left, we can see again the minimap. It's very dark. There appears to be a treasure icon. We're in this little area that has different paths that we could go through. And there is also a no mount icon, which now that I'm thinking about it, wasn't on the other screen. All the combat screens, so we can just like mount away. I guess we can use the mounts also to run them over. There are many possibilities in combat. And of course, the thing that I'm like, oh buddy, is our quest right now, which is find the relic. The relic of what? To what? Merlin? Morgana? Our ancestors? Salazar? What is it that we're looking for? I am so intrigued by these kinds of quests because it really highlights that there are mysteries, plural, going on. Like, I feel like there's more than one mystery. Some of them might be side quests and like not related to the main quest, but the main quest line I feel like is going to have different layers that we're going to have to sort through. And when this lights up, we get a very bright view of these stone bricks. We have the little carved in designs. It kind of reminds me again of Salazar Slytherin, but who's to say that's the only kind of location like that? There could be a whole network of Slytherin stuff, or Merlin stuff, or ancient wizard stuff. I want to explore all of them. And the big question for today is, how will you cast? And for me, Incendio is going to be one of those preferred spells for all the reasons I mentioned before. But I'm also curious to know what your go-to spells might be just heading into the game. What have you seen so far, and what do you think that you'll be using all the time? Plus, I really want to see someone do an Accio only run. It's just gonna be really funny to watch. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about Incendio and other kinds of spells that we'll be able to use in Hogwarts Legacy. Hope y'all are having a great start to 2023. Happy New Year, we are so close. I have lots of content planned for the month of January as we lead up to the February launch for Hogwarts Legacy, and I can't wait for all of you to see that. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, Wands ready.